If you're looking for a great walleye lake, you can't beat Cab. Here's why.
Nice fish here, bud.
4 feet of water. Isn't that something? Walleyes up in 4 feet of water. And you know, it seems like they fight better in shallow water. They got, you know, they can't stay down, they got to come up.
Here he comes. Get close.
There he is. I see him, you're right. You're right. Nice fish, another one. Another one. Good job, Travis. And they're fat, healthy ones too, you know?
Boy, look at the boy. Didn't have him hooked good, did we? But we got him all the same.
Yeah. Later in the day, the walleyes started to show a preference for minnows, but not just any minnow. It had to be a fathead. That happens sometimes, as Travis explains.
Well, you know, Bob, sometimes the shiners work well and other times fathead. You just got to be willing to switch it up once in a while and see what suits the fish today.
You know, that's something important wherever you fish. Establish a pattern. You know, try different things until you find out what the fish want, and then kind of fine-tune that, tweak that presentation, and you're going to catch more fish if you do.
Yeah, I think these fatheads were a good switch.
Yep. That's 3 in a row now.
Here he comes.
I see him. I kind of see him. Now, he's close to an eater, isn't he?
He's close right there.
I'm not sure.
He could make under 17.
You know? Something tried to eat him, it looks like. Look at that fin there. Look at there, something got after him. Look at there. Ooh, eater right there, Travis. I switched over to the fatheads and also switched jigs. When using live minnows in weeds, you can't beat a stand-up fireball jig. It pulls through the weeds well, and the short shank hook is perfect for hooking minnows. 6 or 8 pound test Trilene XT or Sensation is perfect if you like monofilament line. For the ultimate in sensitivity and hook setting, go with Fireline 14.6. A medium action 6-foot, 6-inch Fenwick HMG or Walleye Elite Tech rod rigged with an Abu Garcia spinning reel rounds out the rig. Travis, this is the spot. I mean, this is the spot. Definitely. I'm getting good with the net. Did you notice that? I'm getting really good with the net. That's another eater. You know, he's just at that eater size.
Yeah, you better measure that one, Bob. He looks like he could be a keeper also. Fish.
Look at there.
Look at that.
I just had mine hanging over the side. Look at that. That was nuts. I had mine. Okay.
Way to get a fish.
Now I got it figured out. When I net your fish, I don't reel in, and I catch one. A fathead. I put the fathead on. Just drag it. I mean, that was 5 feet out behind the boat. Amazing. Amazing.
You switching to fatheads for today?
It's fatheads. Amazing. We're using jigs today. Here's a quick idea about attaching the jig to your line. You know, so much of the time, fishing success is small details. It's not one big secret lure, it's a bunch of little things. Something I see a lot is anglers overload their line. They get too much stuff on there. You know, you don't need a snap swivel on a jig. You generally don't need a snap swivel, and that's just way too much stuff. You want to go with the very basic presentation. When you're using a jig, tie it directly to your line, just like that. A lot less stuff to catch weeds, and sometimes those snap swivels will break. This is a much better presentation. The only time you might want to go with just a snap is when you're using crankbaits. A lure like this to attach the crankbait to your line, just a small snap like that right there will enable you to change baits quickly and still give the lure good action. You can tie directly to the split ring if you want to, but much of the time when I'm using crankbaits, I'll use just a snap. And the best snaps, my favorite snaps, are these right here. They're cross-lock snaps. They're much more secure. They're much safer. They do a really good job. They let your bait have very good action, and you can count on them. Remember, don't overload your presentation. It'll cost you fish. Man, Cab is such a great lake to visit. The walleye fishing is outstanding. I think I mentioned that before. But the lake itself is just so much fun. There's lots of islands to break the wind. There's just a special feel to Cab that's hard to explain. Maybe this little tribute to Cab will help explain why I look forward to every trip to one of the Midwest's truly special places, Kabetogama Lake. If you want to catch walleyes, you can't beat Kabetogama Lake in northern Minnesota. When we come